Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and the Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to bet those primetime games. And that's what we do here in the Drive Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is over live free sports picks for games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. With us, Alex Smart with us. Las Vegas, Tony Brown. Bill Young, look at the uniform he's sporting tonight. Big Al McMurray, look at the cap he's sporting tonight. Al Ninos, he's got the Lakers still back there. Dodgers getting close to starting again. Wayne Scott, and of course we know who Jay likes. It's Jay Briggs with us here tonight. All right, here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Smart, Ninos, McMurray, Brown, Young, Briggs, Scott, and then I will close this one out. All right, we've got lots of college hoops. We're getting into a lot of quarterfinal round action, some first round as well in these tournaments. Just note the A10 takes a day off tomorrow. I didn't know that. So A10 a day off tomorrow, then they play Saturday and Sunday. So if you're handicapping that conference, all the games been on USA Today. They will finish their conference on Sunday. So interesting here how they give the day off tomorrow. So let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Pim. Doing great work up there. I think we're ready to roll here with Alex Smart. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how you doing? We're going to do some NHL again tonight for the second time in a row, and we're going to look at some teams that are probably not Stanley Cup contenders, and, well, anything can happen when you get to Stanley Cup playoffs, but one of these teams, Nashville's pretty gutted, and Nashville Predators are going to Arizona, by the way. That's the game we're focusing on. The Predators are pretty gutted after some big trades that, I don't know. It seems like the team has come together after those trades, and they're playing pretty decent hockey. And, they still have an outside chance of making the playoffs. Now, Arizona essentially does not have an outside chance of making the playoffs. And I look for the Predators to play some decent hockey here. It's almost like salvaging something out of this season and, like I said, sticking together as a team. And chemistry is more important than talent. And I know there's a lot of talent that's gone off this team, but the chemistry looks there now. And I also know the Coyotes won last time up, but you got to remember, Coyotes are not the most consistent team in the NHL. They've lost 36 of their last 51 after a win. So, as I said, they're not very consistent. And the Coyotes are also 14-38 in their last 52 versus Western Conference teams. I really look for the Predators to come out here, continue to play with I don't know if you'd call it desperation. It's not desperation. It's just, like I said, saving face here and sticking together. I'm looking for the Preds to win this game.
All right, looking for the Preds here to win this game. They have been playing a little better of late here. When you look at the wins and losses here, winning 5 of their past 7. You keep doing that to the end of the regular season. Yeah, you may have a shot here, wild card. Who knows what may happen? Because we always see teams at the end of the season kind of fall back.
Right, yeah. And, we always like to use the tanking mode here. If there's any team that's going to be tanking, Arizona's one of them. But, I'm not a big believer in the tank concept just because I know coaches don't purposely screw their team's chances of winning up 99.99% of the time anyway. But anyway, to make a long story short, the Arizona Coyotes are still playing for something, and that's positioning in the NHL for future seasons. I mean, there's got to be respect mode here, and players play to the best of their ability. And usually, these are players that never give up. So anyway, I'm not in tank mode. I'm just here on the Predators tonight, and that's what I'm keying on.
All right, Alex here on the Predators, lane 170 here against the Coyotes. This one to have a start time here, 9 Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Pim for tonight's action. Of course, great results here in college basketball. You see the numbers. 1,818 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Pim. You can verify those numbers by going to Alex's handicapper page, and of course, you will verify those numbers. Great time to be in these numbers here with a lot of college hoops action. We got a lot of prime time conference tournament action coming up from a lot of these major conferences, some small ones as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, we've got a couple of college basketball tourney selections on for tonight. We've got an NBA selection up and an NHL selection. And, of course, there'll be a lot more college basketball to come over the next couple of weeks. The madness gets really rolling here in a couple of days, and should be interesting to see who makes it into the tourney. Should be an interesting weekend.
That's right, guys. Again, with Alex Smart, you see the numbers here, 1,818 units of profit from college basketball for this year. Also showing great profit here for the last 7 days, over 1,000 units of profit You can try them out here for 7 days, get all the conference tournament action here for 7 days, and that will take you into the play-in rounds Tuesday and Wednesday of the NCAA tournament with that 7-day pass. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off at that second capper. With that 2-for-1 capper promotion, that's even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Be careful, guys. It's going to be lots of upsets this next couple of days. Take care.
No doubt about that. Alex Martin here on the drive-thru. That's what happens. You got desperate teams facing teams that feel like they're in the tournaments. You'll see that a lot in the tournament action. Let's continue on here. Let's go on to the Skype world. Sit and wait for us now is El Ninos, who catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Bring him in right now, El Ninos. El, what's happening?
I'm pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing awesome tonight. All right, here we go. 8 Eastern time. Bucks here to host the Nets. We got Milwaukee, a 9.5 point favorite. Total 232.5.
Yeah, tale of injuries in this one. A game where the Bucks opened up as huge favorites. Obviously, this line's come down a little bit now with Giannis sitting it out. And, well, it's not like the Nets are fully healthy either. They're without a lot of their pieces, too. So, that being said, if you caught the Jay's live show, I did say I liked Mikal Bridges over his 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So I just think they just run through him a lot and run their offense through him. So with all the guys that are missing, Dinwiddie out and company. So look for him to have a big game. Full game, I would probably again lean to the Nets. I think that just big number for the Bucks to cover without Giannis, and but where I like the most is in the first half, getting 6 points. So that's where I'm going. Nets in the first half.
Nets first half plus 5.5 here against the Bucks. El Ninos, that's the story here in this game. The injury report: Giannis out, Dragic, also the guard Matthews out here for Milwaukee. On the Nets side, Claxton, Dinwiddie, Johnson, O'Neal, and Simmons. Dinwiddie, someone give him a spark. But again, it's Mikal Bridges who's the player here who has been producing for Brooklyn.
Yeah, he has. As we mentioned earlier, he scored 30 points or more in his last 3 games, and he gives you a little bit of everything, too. He hustles on the boards, and he gets assists when Dinwiddie's on the court. I just expect him to get a couple more of those and some more points without Dinwiddie in the lineup. So should be a big game for him. How close he can keep his team in it, I think it is within single digits, and more importantly, I think it's going to be competitive early. So taking them again, plus the 6 in the first half.
And then no matter what you may think about Brooklyn, if you look at their record, they're very much well in the playoffs at 37-28. So there's very likely they will be playing some sort of postseason, unless they lose every game or just maybe win the last 3. This is a team that probably will be locked at the very worst, the play-in round. Maybe find itself in 9-10 if they keep sinking, but I don't think they'll sink to the bottom.
No, I don't think so. Again, missing some very key pieces, but this is one of those teams that still steps up. And well, I haven't really looked at their upcoming schedule. They could drop a few with these guys out the lineup, but again, I just think we're getting a lot of value too with all those guys out the lineup. It opened about 12, 13, minus 13. And I just think that Giannis is worth more than those 3-4 points. So I think the value's on the Nets now, despite missing their pieces as well. So.
All right, Nets first half plus 5.5 against the Bucks. This one have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, El Ninos, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, as you know, we have lots of college hoops tonight. Good, so positive results in college hoops this year. College hoops, we got a 6-game card here from the NBA. Lots of on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Actually, a pretty tough schedule coming up for the Nets, but they got the Rockets down the road too. Over on the premium side, I got my $15 play in the NBA, and 3-pack went off. So I also have my NHL power play. If you want to check that out or grab a long-term pass, still got some action there.
That's right, guys. Get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Showing positive results in college hoops for this year. And, of course, remember that 1-month, 30-day all-sports pass will cover the entire NCAA tournament, of course, as well as all the rest of the sports. El Ninos handicaps like NBA, NHL, and about the first week of baseball, about a good 10 days of baseball you'll catch with that 30-day pass. Pick is a promo code to save 15% off at a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. That's even better value there. El Ninos, as always, a great having you show. Every success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But I know you also contribute today on Jay's show. They can watch the replay, right?
Yeah, you can go watch that. We make sure you go through the live section. I know the videos are everywhere now on this new YouTube format. But yeah, we went live with Jay at 4. He usually goes 4 every day, and try to join him as often as I can. Then we go through the whole NBA card. No, he does his morning show as well, but we usually get some injury updates, and some very strange ones lately. Giannis in and out of lineups. You don't see that often. He's one of the tougher players I think in the league, and usually plays through some minor injuries at least, and just hasn't looked the same, at least on the injury report lately. So yeah, it's always good to have some updates, and of course we get the latest news on the drive-through. Hopefully by the time you do the recap, you got at least all the confirmed lineups for the 7 p.m. games.
Yeah, if I play early enough, we can catch those warm-up injuries, like what happened to Durant. We've seen it all, man. We've seen it all now in the NBA. All right, man. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Al Nino's here on the drive-through. All right, let's bring in Al McMorty. I just saw his reaction when I said that. We've pretty much now seen it all, Big Al. Bring you in right now. Catch him over at Pig Dog. Big Al, what's happening?
Yeah. And I mean, I was going to say, a swear word about Kevin Durant, but I'll just keep my thoughts to myself. So I'm not a fan. Let's just say that.
All right, let's go to. All right, we got it. Let's go over here to the WAC conference, the Wacky WAC, where teams cross the country here in this conference. Although it's pretty cool basketball. I watched some of it late night, 9 Eastern time tonight. Utah Valley will be facing Tarleton State here with Utah Valley 6.5 total 137.
Yeah, Utah Valley comes into this game off a huge blowout win, 44-point win, 113-69 over Stephen F. Austin. And their opponent tonight, Tarleton State, is also off a win. They played 2 nights ago. They beat Rio Grande Valley by 4 points, 74-70. In the postseason, Tony, it's actually been really profitable to play on teams off blowout wins of 30 or more points if they cover the spread in that game, and they weren't favored by double digits in the current game, and also if their opponent's off a win. That angle has gone 76-47 ATS going back to 1990. So that's one reason why I favor the favorite Utah Valley here today, coming off that 44-point win. Another is that Utah Valley plays with revenge from an upset loss to the Texans 2 weeks ago. They were favored in that game by 2 points, but they lost by 19. But Utah Valley is 16-9 ATS its last 25 when playing with revenge. So I'm going to lay the 6.5 with the Wolverines tonight. I think the game goes at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, there's a start here from this Tarleton State here. Tarleton State and Utah Valley go ahead and lay the 6.5 here in this one. I was talking to Alex Sparty. We said keep an eye on those upsets this year with some of these top-ranked teams. Have you, I don't know if you look in your database and you have a subset for these conference tournaments. How well have these top 2 seeds in these conference tournaments done over your period of time tracking this? Because we often see these teams that they're already pretty much penciled in may have such a letdown coming in this tournament.
I mean, it'll take me a second to look it up. I mean, my guess is going to be it's going to be 50 or 50.5% if I had to guess. It just takes a second to take a look at top 2 seeds. If you bear with me.
Oh, no
worries. But that's nothing that's going to be
too broad,
anything one way or the other. Yeah, exactly. But I can tell you. Any other questions?
No, that's the one that came to my mind when Alex was talking about keeping an eye on upsets. Like tomorrow, there's a game with Rutgers and number 1 Purdue, a Rutgers team that's desperate, trying to get in. I'm sorry to say about the Michigan, what their fate will turn out.
Let me just see here. Okay, seed is greater or equal to 1.
And UCLA got past Colorado after playing them kind of evenly there in the first half.
Yeah, I mean the top 2 seeds, of course, they could also be playing each other, right. So I haven't filtered that out, but I mean I guess I could. But the top 2 seeds are 51.3%. With about 3,500 games. If I added the faux seed is greater or equal to 3, then I can tell you how the top 2 seeds do when they're playing 1409 and 1318, 51.6%.
51.6. There you go.
Yeah. which is sort of
usually they're going to be favored unless there's some bizarre injury situation. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, as a dog, they're 127 and 119.
Okay. There you go. From Big Al McMorty here. All right, Big Al here on Utah Valley, laying 6.5 against Tarleton State. This one to have a start time here, 9 Eastern time here on ESPN Plus. All right, it played in Vegas. All right, Big Al, let's go over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, great results here in college hoops. 1,866 units of profit in college hoops. Remember, Big Al was the top unit producer of Pick Dogs his first 2 years with the site. This is year number 3. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I think I've got 6 plays left. I've got a 5-game package in college basketball. I've got a standalone play also in college basketball, so that's 6 overall. And I've got 1 play in hockey, so 7 plays left to go. It was a pretty big card. I had, I think, 9 plays that are in progress or have already completed. So I think I had 16 plays overall today.
All right, guys, got on board with Big Al McMorty over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results. If you want the coverage for the entire NCAA tournament and the minor tournaments, get the 30-day All Sports Pass. The promo code is PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. But the way Big Al's been running, you can also get his 1-year All Sports Pass. Covers regular season and postseason there with that 1 year. Again, the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off that 1-year All Sports Pass. That amounts to significant savings there. It looks like $300 off when you get that 1-year pass and apply the promo code PICK at checkout. Big Al, is always great having you show. He's successful. We'll catch up with you next week. We can also catch up with you on the weekend shows here on the Big Dogs channel.
Yes, Saturday and Sundays, 10 a.m. So I'll be there with, there's Walter working, so he's still have to go.
All right, it's time to go.
I'll be back on Saturday.
There's sunshine out there. You can take him for his walk. All right, Big Al, have a good one. Big Al McMorty here on the drive-thru. Guys, reminder, if you miss a pick, we'll recap here at the end of the show, and I know Rod Zawacki is tallying some things there in the background. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Tony Brown, Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's bring him in right now. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. Has to be like what he's seeing with his Lakers team, responding without LeBron and trying to work themselves, from these horrible seeds from the 8 seed, trying to get to the 7. Well, I know they want to get to the 6. We'll see how they do when we get to the end of it. But we'll go ahead and get in Tony Brown right now. Tony Brown, how you doing?
Tony T, how's it going?
Everything's great. It's loving the sunshine. Spring is on the way here. It feels like that here in Southern California, even though there's tons of snow in the surrounding mountains out here, as you probably know. So don't plan a trip to SoCal anytime soon until the snow melts. But anyway.
Right, it's the same here. We got a little bit of sunshine time to time, but we've been getting snow the last couple weekends.
Yeah, that's how it rolls here. But we're getting out at the great time of the year. It's supposed to be pool season. It's usually pool season for March Madness in these, at the big books, right?
Yeah, no, they're open. The pools are open. Those crazy college kids, they'll get in the water in any weather. So
that's right.
The pools are definitely open in Vegas.
There you go. You go to the hockey here. Boy, this Bruins team, they seem to be spot-proof. They just be getting things done here. Bruins here. Of course, you wish it might have been mid-April, May when this was happening. But anyway, Bruins here to host the Oilers. Bruins minus 170, total 6.5.
Yeah, a hot streak's a hot streak. You do want it going into the playoffs or whatever, but anytime you can take 10 games in a row, you'll take it. You know what I mean? And it's just not right now. It's all season. The Bruins have led this thing wire to wire, and they're about to set the NHL wins record. So that just tells you how much they've been winning. Betting against the Bruins this season has been a horrible bet all year. They've lost, top of my head, 13 games, 8 in regulation, 5 in overtime. So they're just unstoppable, and it's basically because of their defense. I mean, they almost put up 4 goals a game, which is ranking top 5 in the NHL. But the 2 goals that they're giving up is number 1, and the defense are number 2 behind the Jets. So it's just like, even if you hold them down a little bit, you're not going to score either. And it's just been the formula all season. There's no need to lay the heavy juice because out of those 10 games, they won 5 in a row at home on home ice. So I think they'll be up by 1 late. And, of course, the inevitable empty netter, or if they just smash this game out, we're going to take them on the puck line.
All right, we got Tony Brown here, says take the puck line here. And you're getting juicy odds here, plus 140, mainly because of the opponent here. Edmonton Oilers, a team that can put pucks in the net, but it's just really, this Bruins team has just been getting done with a lot of W's there. And, of course, this is a Edmonton Oilers team that has dropped 3 of their past 6, and they have given up a lot of goals in some of those games, like 6 to Columbus. It gave up 7 to Winnipeg, so they are vulnerable to give up the goals.
Right, and that's the thing. Columbus actually scores more than than Boston. They're both around 4, but it's like 3.7 this or 3.8. You know what I mean? So they actually are putting in more goals, but they're allowing just as many as, if not more. That's where Boston's going to separate. They're only giving up 2 goals, so I don't even see them hitting their quota tonight of the 4 goals that they score. They'll get around 2 or 3, and then Boston will put up their 4 or 5 like they normally do.
All right, we got Tony Brown here. Bruins puck line. Lay the puck in half. Plus 140 against the Oilers. This one will have a start time here, 7:30 Eastern time. Pretty good game to check out if you have enough monitors to get it on. You got all this college basketball going on. All right, Tony Brown. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, showing great results over the last 7. Look at these numbers for Tony Brown. 1,651 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. Tony Brown has been on absolute fire, showing great profit for the year 2023. It's been a great year for Tony Brown. All right, Tony, you know what's on the plate tonight, man. Lots of college hoops, hockey, NBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yep. Sometimes we do a lot. Sometimes we do a little. Last night we did a lot. We had 6 plays and we went 5-1. Only the Denver Nuggets let us down. Tonight we'll do less. I only seen 3 good plays on the board, so those are the only 3 that we're betting on. I have a game out of each league, one from the NBA, one from the NHL, and one from college basketball. You can grab those individually, or you can get them and bang your bookie 3 times over with the Thursday 3-pack.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results there. If you want to cover the entire tournament, get the 30-day pass. You get the entire NCAA tournament premium plays from Tony Brown, the minor tournaments, if he's in action. Remember, the NIT's in Vegas this year, as well as his NHL, NBA. Of course, you get the first 10 days of baseball with that 1-month all-sports pass. So go ahead and get signed up. Remember, Pick is the promo code and toast Tony Brown. Of course, you're in Vegas year-round, handicapper. That 1-year all-sports pass, VIP is your best value.
Yeah, that's it. Paying per day or per play or per sport, that just only puts money in the bookie's pocket. You know what I mean? You got to keep buying everything. Just like I said, last night we went 5-1, but we had 2 plays in each league. We had the NBA, the NHL, and college. So you would have to buy 3 different passes just to get all those plays last night. If you get the VIP all-sports pass, whether you get it for 7 days, 30 days, or that full VIP year, it's every play I release from every sport, every championship, playoff games included, no upselling, for one low price, a full 365 days of play.
That's right, guys. And you can also apply that promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save quite a bundle there with that 1-year all sports pass with Tony Brown. Amounts to about $200 off that 1-year pass with the promo code PICK at checkout. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you on the show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But I got to ask you this. I know Vegas has changed over the years, become a lot of pro teams. Of course, this used to, if this were maybe 5 years ago, then town would be rabid over this UNLV Boise State game tonight. But with an NHL team, of course, an NFL team over there, things have changed a little bit.
Teams have changed a lot of bit. I remember before the Knights came and stuff, the Pac-12 tournament would be like the cream de la creme. You know what I mean? Those tickets were $40 and $50. Now the UCLA game today was only $15, and it's out here. You know, the whole Pac-12 tournament is out here, and like, once those pro sports teams came, it kind of just, you should have seen the XFL stadium. Hardly anybody there.
Wow, that's right. It's now becoming a pro town, and it does hurt a little bit of the walk. There wasn't a lot of support. It was dwindling a little bit of support. There's a huge arena they play there, one of the largest arenas there in all of D1 college basketball. Of course, Syracuse has the biggest one. I think Louisville is in there. So is UNLV is the biggest arenas in college hoops. But it was interesting to see. You're not feeling that buzz that you would hear from the city here when UNLV was this round here of the Mountain West tournament. Just not a whole lot of buzz anymore.
Not at all. And it's not just the pro teams, it's the amateur teams haven't been that good. Like UNLV football over the last few years, UNLV basketball. Like, we waiting to get back to the Running Rebel days and Plastic Man and Tarkanian and them. But outside of that, it's not been a good show for these guys. So, yeah, the pro teams are where it's at. We sell out every Raider game. We sell out every Knights game. And pretty soon we'll be selling out every Oakland. Well, they can't call them Oakland no more after the Vegas Athletic game.
Las Vegas A's, and the Aces, that's how it looks like it's going to be.
Right, and we got Candace Parker coming over for the Aces, and they won a championship.
Yeah,
so
Aces
the
won
pro
a
teams are on
championship.
their job out here.
I think MLS is looking to play over there. They're looking at NBA. Possibly there's a lot of talk in Vegas, man. That's the happening place. As long as there's a lot of snow in the Rockies, so they can wipe their head and wipe the sweat off. There's water going to hit Lake Mead. All right, Tony Brown, have yourself a great night.
Right.
I'll talk with you again next week.
All right, always good to be here. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. Guys, want to check them out over at Pick Dogs. Use the promo code and click the link in the description and get signed up. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Mills Young. It's time for Mills. Catch them over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, I didn't check with Mills, but they usually schedule right after on Thursday the UFC show with Brad and Mills right off the bat. Mills, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing today?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. We know who's in action tonight. It is the Kings, Sacramento Kings, the number 2 seed in the West here. Look out. They're going to be hosting the Knicks. Knicks making that fight over. This is on TNT. It's the big stage for the Kings here. Total 239.5.
Yeah. One of the games I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to definitely be watching that Kings game. I'm rooting for the home team. Just because I'm a fan. I ain't from Sacramento, but, ain't going to be too many times I can say this, but we second in the West. And right now, I'm feeling like we the best. But I ain't here for that team. I ain't here for no player prop on there. I'm going to be taking, Tyrese Halliburton, a former King who was on the Kings. His assist prop is at 10.5. If you guys know me, I've been giving that out back-to-back, and it's been cashing. He's 4-1 on that prop over his last 5 games. I mean, when it comes to playing point guard, he has one of the prettiest passing abilities since Jason Williams in there, White Chocolate. He actually don't. I just felt like dropping a reference to White Chocolate, Jason Williams. But, yeah, man, when it comes down to it, man, he's playing the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets don't know anything about defending. They definitely don't know how to stop anybody from passing the ball and scoring. So it's just an easy prop out there. I got it when it was plus money, but it closed out at -110 now. Tyrese Halliburton over 10.5 assists is my player prop. He's second in the league right now, averaging 10.3 assists per game. Another thing, too, man, he's lighting it up from the basket, So if you guys want to double it up and go ahead and take his points and his assist prop, it's a plus 250 prop factor that I like out there as well. But the plain and simple play, if it ain't broke, you know what I mean? But what do they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whatever, man. We cashing 10.5 assists. That's my player prop to get you on top.
There you go, Halliburton over 10.5 assists here. And, of course, we know that this Pacers team, they really play well with Halliburton in the lineup. And, of course, they're at home. That matters a lot because the Pacers just seem to win. They seem to cover a lot when they're at home. And they're facing the defensive Houston Rockets team. As you said, they don't defend. They have a trouble shooting the basketball as well. But when you look at the assist numbers here for Halliburton, I mean, look, was it 4 of his past 5? He had double digits assists, 11 or greater.
Yeah, that's exactly, one thing. If he doesn't get a double-digit assist game, it's kind of like, a rare thing. So that's why I look at it. Right now, I was getting at 9.5 earlier on in the year. Even got it one time at 7.5, and I knew the books was tripping, but it was because it was his first game back. But it just comes down to this. He will literally pass the ball on a fast break layup just to dish it out. So he's one of those players, to where it's kind of a pass-first mentality, but he's a scorer at the same thing. And right now, they signed Miles Turner, so he's staying with the team. Buddy Hield didn't get traded, this is last year over there. And they're going to be looking to pay that kid, Tyrese Halliburton, after this year. First time making the All-Star game out there, so... Yeah, and the backup point guard that comes in and plays ball for him, too, is pretty decent as well.
Yep, no doubt about that. We got Halliburton. We were kind of joking there with the Kings. It was Halliburton, no longer a King. Halliburton here, over 10.5 assists here as Houston faces Indiana here, top of the hour, right? Mills, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we've got lots going on tonight in college hoops as well as NBA, and we're seeing great results here from Mills in the NBA. Of course, UFC card coming up as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, man. Today I got 2 plays in the NBA to get your feet wet. I got player props included at those as well. But you already know how it go on the show. It's Thursday, so go ahead and get that 3-day pass. UFC's right around the corner. Not just UFC. Bellator kicks off tomorrow. I got to play on Bellator. Just got to write it up, put it on the site. But I already got one UFC bet up there on there. I'll put it up there Monday because, I knew this price tag was going to pretty much go a little bit not in our favor, so that's why I gave it out real early on Monday for the site. So I got one UFC bet up there, plan to include at least 2 more. I got a real big underdog that I love on the card for tomorrow's for Saturday's fight. Shout out to John Jones, for cashing us those tickets last week though. But yeah, man, so this is the time right now. 2 plays to get you paid. You can get them single individually for $15, or let's go ahead and get that 3-day pass, and I'll include everything in there. College basketball, NBA. What else we got? Bellator tomorrow. I mean everything. I'm just trying to give you guys winners, and that's it.
That's right. Get winners from Mills Young over at Pick Dogs from great NBA. You got a lot of college hoops, Bellator, UFC with that 3-day pass. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off at that second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there, right? Mills, it's always great having you show. Continue that success. Give us the update on the show with you and Brad on UFC.
Yeah, we're dropping it Saturday. He hit me up a little bit today, so he couldn't make it this Thursday. So we're definitely going to be doing this Saturday right after the morning show. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Last Saturday, we had a nice little crowd in there too, so it was a nice little show up. But yeah, so it'll be going down this Saturday. This Saturday, you got Peter Young taking on Merab Dvalishvili. That's going to be pretty much the main event on there. You got 14 fights on there. One fight fell out, but they found a replacement for it. And I went 2-1 on my show picks last week. I think Brad went 2-1 as well. So yeah, the formula, the recipe is working out there. So tune in, man. It's one of those things. Right after the morning show, you got nothing to do. Real quick, just come on in and hear what we got to say about some MMA and get you paid.
Get you paid on the MMA with Brad and Mills Saturday. We're following the morning show, so make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Brad and Mills are live, you're live with them in the chat. Get the plays in real time to get the best numbers. All right, Mills, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. Appreciate everybody in the chat out there. Let's go ahead and win these bets tonight. Hey, it's a lot of college games out there. Only got one thing for you guys to do. Hit that like button for us one time.
That's right. Hit that like. We greatly appreciate that. Mills Young here on the drive-through. Let's continue our coverage. Remember, guys, if you miss a pick, we'll recap here at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's bring in next up is Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Stream. Catch us live shows for Easter time from the NBA. Get your great update here. El Ninos was with them this afternoon. Also, he does overnight a video as well covering the NBA as well. We'll bring in Jay Briggs in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Jay Briggs. Jay, ready to roll. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on tonight, Tony? How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. It's the night. I'm calling it the big one. And people are excited about this game tonight. Kings here to host the Knicks on TNT. The Kings 2, total 239.5.
Yeah, man, we just had the Kings fan on here right before me. He was a little nervous to take his team, it sounded like today, man, but I'm going to roll with him. I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings tonight against the New York Knicks. I'm going to be honest. I was hating on the Kings coming out of the All-Star break. I thought they were going to slip in the Western Conference. But I've already ate my crow, and I've already admitted that, hey, they've done the exact opposite. They come out of the break red hot, winning 4 of their last 5, and they went from, at the time, 4th in the West. I thought they were maybe slipped to 7th or 8th. To, like Tony said a minute ago now, 2nd place in the Western Conference, the Sacramento Kings. Hey, they're playing some really good basketball, man. And I think with all that, I think that momentum carries over tonight for them. Still at home, where they've been for quite some time. It's going to be their 4th straight home game. I like them to win this basketball game today against the New York Knicks. I know the Knicks have been pretty hot, and the Knicks are the best road cover team in the NBA, but the Knicks had some dead legs in that last one against Charlotte. And I coming off that long winning streak, I think I'm not ready to just hop back on the Knicks quite yet, with especially the news of Jalen Brunson. Still a game-time decision. I'm not sure if he's in or not, but I'm leaning on the Sacramento Kings tonight. I think they continue to roll at home, and I like them here tonight. I'm gonna lay the 2.
All right, we got Jay here. Look at the Kings at -2. Something that Jay has never seen, I believe, in his lifetime. A good Sacramento team.
Nah, you're right about that, Tony.
Never seen it.
You're right about that.
Not around for those 90s teams. Nope. All right, still a foot is still a questionable on that. So I guess the Sacramento media might be in bed with the team because no one's releasing it. They would know. They're not releasing anything right now. It's tough. Sometimes you get some good reporters out there that really get the word out, but here it's been very hush-hush on the Knicks.
Yeah, they have been. We'll see. The Kings, what I said this on my morning show, I think a huge part to their success, shout out to their medical staff. We've seen, I know you've said it a lot too, they've had a lot of clean injury reports this year, have the Sacramento Kings. They've been really healthy. And, I kind of think that plays the part why they've been so good.
That's why I said you got to give the MVP this year to the Sacramento training staff. To me, they're the league MVP this year. Because if you get guys healthy, man, that's the difference,
Yeah, for sure. And they got another clean one tonight. Darren Fox looks like he's going to go. I think they continue rolling on their home floor tonight, Tony.
All right, we got the Kings lay the 2 here against the Knicks. This one will have a start time here, 10 Eastern time. This is a doubleheader game on TNT. The big stage for this one. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Lots of NBA, 6 games on the board tonight. We've got lots of college hoops. Get into some of these primetime games here. A lot of quarterfinal action going on right now in these tournaments. Some of them for first round as well, because we got games that are the tournaments are going to end on Saturday and Sunday. So lots of action tonight. Some on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir, Tony. I went lighter today in the NBA. I only have one play for sale. It's my $15 NBA Jam Session play. It's my favorite play on the board, though, every night. I've hit 8 of my last 12 on this Jam Session play, man. I go for 9 of 13. You can scoop it up $15 over at Pick Dogs Premium. I had a 3-pack earlier on the day with my college hoops. I still think my college hoops best bet's still up there on the board, so you can go grab that, man. Had a nice one earlier in college hoops with the Kansas Jayhawks. Want to keep that momentum rolling forward. It's the best time to be alive, March Madness. A lot of people think March Madness is just the tournament. I be trying to tell them, man, you got the pre-tournaments, before all that. The whole March is March Madness, man. So it's a great time to be alive, man. Hop on a long-term package. Let's continue making money here at Pick Dogs.
That's right. Hop on a long-term pass with Jay. That 1-month pass is a great value. It covers the entire tournament with the 30 days NCAA tournament, the rest of the conference tournament action. You're also the minor tournaments, right? You got your NIT, CBI, the basketball classics covered. First week of baseball as well, about 10 days of baseball as they start later in the month. So lots going on right now here with that 30-day pass. Pick is a promo code to save that 15% off. Right, Jay? It's always great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. But we know you got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. We can catch your jam session, your video on demand, and then you go live every day at 4 Eastern time with your live NBA show.
Yes, sir. You can check the jam session out in the morning as I run through the card, just give you my opinions, how I'm feeling, and then I come back later, man, as we got a little more information that came out through the day. I go live. I usually bring on a guest. I had my guy Al Ninos on there today. You can check it out after y'all watch the drive-through. We ran through the card, gave some props, give a parlay out as well at the end. So just a good time. We talk some hoops. Come join in every day, 4 p.m. Eastern, as we talk a little more NBA.
You got it, guys. Tune in. Of course, make your like, subscribe, set notifications. So when Jay's live, you're live with him. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers. More importantly, get that injury news. I know if some of you guys aren't in front of a computer, you're working, you're doing whatever you're doing, get the information right there from Jay. 4 Eastern time. Lock it in. All right. Jay, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir, Tony. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's make some money today.
Make some money indeed. Jay Breaks here on the drive-thru. Reminder, guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap him at the end of the show. Let's continue on. Time for Wayne Scott. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Wayne right now, as I know they're retooling the video series. So there's still some discussions on what's going to happen. They're going to have video series, Jay, as well as Al Ninos. I think they're just kind of brainstorming what they want to do. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Awesome, right here. All right, here we go tonight, 7 Eastern time. Pistons here to host the Hornets. Hornets road favorites. Yes, they are 4, total 225.
Yes, sir. We got 2 teams in the tankathon, but way so fast here because these teams are playing a lot better than people give them credit for. You got Charlotte with a couple veterans on this team mixed in with a couple young players, and these guys aren't quitting yet. You got some of these guys that might be traded next year, and they're showing their worth. They're 6-4 ATS in their last 10 and 6-4 straight up in their last 10. Charlotte is. In Detroit, 1-9, yes, 1-9 straight up in their last 10, but they are 6-4 ATS. They got the young players. They're trying to tank. They're benching players left and right that may not be hurt, but at the same time, guys, you got to be careful because there are young players on this floor that's coming out there and giving it their effort. And we've seen that last game when Detroit, they lost to the Wizards, but they covered. They came out there and balled, and they took a lot of people's money that night. And Charlotte did the same thing with a road win over the Knicks. This game right here, we got Charlotte, to me, the way better defensive team as of lately. Offensively, Charlotte scores a little bit more, but Detroit is actually the better, more efficient team right now. The turnover battle will go to Charlotte, and the rebounding battle will go to Charlotte. I think Charlotte just comes out and starts this game out tough. Charlotte has beaten this team. They're 1-1 in their last 2. Charlotte covered both times in the first quarter in that one. In the first quarter, Detroit is 12-21. So if you've been betting them in the first quarter, you've been getting hammered. Charlotte, and that's at home. And Charlotte at home, on the road, is 18-17-1. So they're a little above 500. So they're not doing that bad. And as recent, they're doing good. They've been covering against everybody except the Brooklyn Nets where they got smashed. And I'm going to go with Charlotte to come out. And I think the easiest route in this game is go with Charlotte. In the first half, when I looked at it earlier, it was minus 0.5 at 115. I now think it's -1. So somebody's out there agreeing with me and betting it, and I think that's the smoothest way to go on this game. I do think late in this game, Detroit actually has a possibility of covering to me. If you can get it at the 4.5, like I'm saying, they just got more depth off the bench, and I think they can scrape and claw and come close to covering. But I actually think Charlotte money line. Charlotte first quarter, Charlotte money line, Detroit with the spread.
There you go.
One of those games.
One of those games that are tight. So we got waiting here on first quarter with the Hornets laying the one. Clifford, the coach there for Charlotte, is trying to install some sort of defensive culture here with the team. Maybe working finally here. He was very frustrated with his team. Remember, this is a team that made the play-in round in the playoffs last year. A very good three-point shooting team a season ago under the coach escapes me, the former assistant for Popovich, and they let him go at the end of the season, which was kind of really strange to me because they had gotten in the postseason. Granted, it wasn't the play-in round, right? And they were a really good three-point shooting team, but they made the coaching change, and it was really tough for them to shoot, but he's trying to install a defensive culture here with this club.
Whatever he's installing, like you said, I agree with you. It's working because they've been coming out after the All-Star break, and they've been beating up. They've been struggling to find some offense in here without enough depth coming off the bench, but the starters have been playing well, and they've definitely been locking up. So with the starters being able to produce some points, and like you said, with them playing, having a new defensive attitude in mind, that further supports my first quarter pick, and I'm glad you pointed that out, Tony.
Yeah, that's right, because I don't see Charlotte tanking, especially for Clifford, who's trying to create a culture of defending in that team. You don't want to tank because then you got to restart everything over again. You're trying to build the culture there, and that's one of the reasons why you don't tank. Hornets first quarter lane one against the Pistons. This one have a start time 7 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Pin for tonight's action. Great units here over the last 30 days. Been on fire here. Of course, a lot of college hoops on the board. 6 games from the NBA. We also have action on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Pick Dogs Premium today. I got a 3-pack. I got my Cash It On 3-pack. And I got a late night 3-pack. I got 2 NBA plays and 4 college basketball plays. At 3 earlier, I'm 2-1. So I'm looking to kill it on this night shift and make sure I end up with a profit. Guys, go and check that out and pick that up. I also got my game of the day in NBA too. Out of those 2 games, I do love a game the most out of those 2, and I got that for as a single pack. Guys, pair me up with these guys. Make sure you're using that promo code PICK, and make sure you always save the money. Take advantage of all the stuff we got going on at Pick Dog, the betting tools, all the free information we're giving on YouTube. All we ask is for a like. You guys check that stuff out and make sure you cash in with us.
That's right, guys. Give it that like, that thumbs up. Get on board with Wayne over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results over the last 30 days. Get the long-term passes, the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Remember that 1-month pass covers the entire NCAA tournament and all the minor tournaments and the first week of baseball in addition to the NBA and hockey for 30 days. That's a great value right now. That's your NCAA March Madness pass. Just get a 30-day pass, and you got yourself covered there with Wayne Scott. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week, your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here. And, of course, we can let everybody know that you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yes, sir. I'll be on the weekend show. I don't know if Mitch is going to be back or Chris. Either one. I enjoy them both, and I make sure I'm out on there giving you guys the best free pick I can give you guys and make sure we cash in this weekend as well, man. Appreciate you for having me, Tony T. Y'all take care of Pick Dog family.
Take care of yourself as well. Wayne Scott here on The Drive to. Let's continue, guys. Again, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap, so stay tuned. Let's continue on here. It was James Borrego. We thanks Ramon in the chat room for that as well. Borrego now chilling in New Mexico, coaching his son's grade school team. All right, so that's where James Borrego, the former coach there for Charlotte, San Diego product. All right, let's continue on here on The Drive. Let's get to my pick here. And, well, you guys are going to look at, I was interesting that no one had picked this game. I have a feeling it might be on some premiums. Well, I have a funny feeling. When you get that newsletter tomorrow from Mitch, I wouldn't be surprised if this one hit the consensus report. I'm just saying. I don't know. Let's bring up the game here. Grizzlies and the Warriors. You know where I'm going here. It was almost predictable, right? We're looking here at the Grizzlies here at plus 2.5 here against the Golden State Warriors. A Warriors team that has just really had their struggles on the road. It's been that type of year where they just can't seem to get it together. Let's just go ahead and update you on the injury report here from this game. We can now confirm Kuminga, Peyton, Wiggins out for the Warriors. Morant, Williams, LaRavia, and Adams. Steven Adams still out here for Memphis. But again, this Warrior team just coming off that 9-point loss to the Thunder. I mean, they had beaten the Thunder 8 straight times, and they lose that game on the road. And really, when you kind of look at the Warriors, they gave up that 13-2 run by the Thunder to start the game. Warriors over their past 6 road games, all losses, just 39% shooting, a minus 10.1 net rating. They give up 126 points per 100 possessions. The defense isn't there at all. When you look here at this Grizzlies team, they have won 6 of 8 at home. Still a pretty good home court there in Memphis. They're shooting 47% over their past 8, but again, it's the defense here at plus 9.5 net rating over those 8 games, winning 6 of 8 at home, and they're allowing just 104 points per 100 possessions. They're D'ing up at home, and the Warriors' road form just too poor to back here. We'll look at the Memphis Grizzlies here at plus 2.5 points. All right, continuing here on the drive through. Yeah, folks are signaling dubs on the slide. Just seems that to be the way they play on the road. And the Memphis Grizzlies very much in the playoff picture as well. Let's continue on here on the drive through. And we got to my. Oh, let me tell you what's on the board right now. Tonight over Pick Dogs Premium, I've got 4 premium plays, a 3-pack from college basketball, also a best bet from college basketball from the late games with my best bet from college. My $15 premium goes off late tonight, 11:30 Eastern time. Plenty of time to get signed up. So if you're watching the replay, 11:30 Eastern time is the start time for my best bet tonight. College basketball, $15 premium on the board. My 3-pack begins top of the hour, so you can get on board with that as well. And of course, the long-term pass will serve you well. 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all of my premium plays for that time period you select. When you go to my Handicapper page, make that purchase. Promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off all purchases of $25 or more. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's get to the recap. Recap the games from today's show. Alex Smart got us started. He liked the Predators minus 170 against the Coyotes. Al Nino's Nets first half plus 5.5 against the Bucks. Al McMorty, Utah Valley, lay the 6.5 against Tarleton State. Tony Brown, Bruins, puck line, lay the goal and half, plus 140 against the Oilers. Mills like Halliburton over 10.5 assists tonight as Indiana takes on the struggling Houston Rockets. Jay was on the Kings, laid the 2 against the Knicks. Wayne was on the Hornets first quarter, minus 1 against the Pistons. I'll be on the Grizzlies here, plus 2.5 here against the Warriors. The one I like the most, I'm going to side here with Jay with the Kings. Yet the Kings laid the 2 here against the Knicks. They've been playing really well at home. Scoring the basketball, and we'll roll with that with the Kings here, laying the 2. Although I did like Halliburton there as a player prop. Well, the player prop I like the most would be Mills. All right, there we go. So I gave you the player prop I like the most because it was the only one, but I do like it. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll give out the plays in real time for you here to give you the best numbers possible when you watch us live. We'd like to thank you guys for subscribing and, of course, setting those notifications, retweeting, sharing, set those notifications, thumbs up. We appreciate all that. Helps us out, helps us build up our audience, and we greatly appreciate that. All right, just a reminder on our show, reminder of all the video series, right? 10 a.m. Eastern time is the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod Zawacki, you got Chris Ruffalo with the morning show. You also have Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, betting tool show as well. The Puck Dogs with Chris and Ron Zawacki with those hockey video picks as well. Ron Romanelli's bank shot breakdown, college basketball videos and picks there from Ron. Jay's rundown from the NBA video on demand video series gives you a rundown of the games with picks. Then he comes back live at 4 Eastern time on the channel with NBA picks as well. It gives you a second look closer to game time with all the injury updates there from the league. Also, too, don't forget Mills and Brad on Saturday with the UFC show. You want to check that out here on the Pick Dogs channel. And don't forget David Race here, newest contributor here on the Drive-Thru. He has a video series. Boy, they move up quickly here. He's got a video series. Check it out with his short best bet of the day, a short pick of the day on the shorts here on Pick Dogs. And of course, you can catch that here on the channel. So lots of video series, guys, so make sure you subscribe to all of them. And Javon, hopefully we'll get that computer fixed or that computer upgrade, and we can get Javon's parlay video coming back. That will be coming back soon. Also, I understand there are talks with Wayne and Al Ninos. They are coming back in with their video series and retooling some things with Mitch to put their minds together, and we'll see what comes about their video series, because they are definitely will be part of it as well. So that's going to do it for the show. I'd like to thank everybody out there. And our man Winning Wager says San Diego State Aztecs Mountain West Conference champions at plus 160. That's his pick there. So appreciate that from Winning Wager there on the channel. All right, and we also have here Coleman Humes like Draymond Green over 7. Oh, he's questioning if he likes that one or not. Okay, there we go. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us in the chat. D Mills in there, Mills as well in there. Valentine contribute. Nicholas Handy also with his thumbs up to start the show. Ramon, Rick J369. Pig Zombie was in the building. I'm pretty sure Pig Zombie knew what we're talking about with Walter barking. You know what to do when Walter barks. Blake as well was in there. So great contributions for everyone today in the chat room. Appreciate everyone's contributions. All right, that's going to do it for our show night. Let's bring in our crew. From tonight, we're going to wait. Goodbye, guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll catch up with you again.